Okay, so we're starting off with the Euro New Zealand chart. Okay, so basically, I'm going to break down step by step on how to get the best trades with the best entries and the process in doing each of these actions. Okay, all right, so step one, we want to create our zones. So you can create your zones on the 1 month, the 1 week, and the daily chart. And this is just for you to mark off some prominent areas where price reached its high and then returned to its low. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and get my horizontal ray tool and start to mark off the high and the low. All right, so right here is where the candle closed, and I place my horizontal ray. All right, and then what I'm going to do is round that off. It's really important to round your numbers because chances are the bank will hit rounded numbers before an odd number. So that said 172, we're going to change that to 175, okay? All right. Or, what we can do is let's just do 200. Okay, 200. All right, and now we're going to go to the next prominent level. And you can even put on here monthly so you know exactly where it came from. So the next level is we start from where price originated, and then you go down to where it reversed for the very first time. And you can put right here as a nice level, and then this will be your next one. So put monthly and make sure you put a round number. So 51647. Let's do 5160. Oh. All right. And come down to where price did an official reverse, which is here. So this is 987. So let's just do 43000. Text monthly. Okay. And then once price hit here, it came back up to this level. So I'll put a horizontal ray in this region and then round it off. It says 934, so let's just do 900. All right. And then we'll put monthly here. All right. And then price came up to this area and returned. So monthly coordinates. All right. So now we've got our monthly areas. And we're going to go down to our week. All right. Okay. So we're not going to go all the way back. Let's just go back to this area right here, which is at the end of 2017, beginning of 2018. So just go back about 2 years on the weekly chart and make your levels from there. So price came up to this area and then reversed. So we'll go right here. Okay. We'll round it to 64200 and we'll type in weekly and change the color. All right. And we'll do another area. So it came up here. And let's see. I'll say right here is a good place. It hit this price, this price, this price, this price, this here, and this here. And you'll also see that price respected it on both levels. So price went up and made it a resistance area. Then price went down to the support, went up resistance, didn't quite make it to support, passed resistance, came back, hit it again. So this is a definite key level on the weekly because both levels hit it. Or you can put weekly key level, whatever you want to do. But I'm going to put key level weekly. And we'll change this to 45. Okay. So you see price came up here, did a reverse, came down here and consolidated. So we can go ahead and put a line here. We'll put 950 text weekly. And here. And let's see what else that we can do. No. All right. And now we're going to come down to the 1-day chart and see if there's any places that we can adjust our levels. So it's really important to try to not cut off candles, to keep your wicks together before you make any kind of price comparison here. So right here, I'm going to go from here to here, all right? Meaning that price closed here, came down, came back up, came down, came back up, came down, came back up. So this is a really good resistance area where we would call it, we would sell. Almost every time it came down to sell, all right? Sell. So we can actually change this to this. All right, we'll keep that for what it is, and we'll go ahead and change this to 891 to, let's go to 90. All right, so it's encompassing many candles here, which is a definite notification that, look, price is going to hit that area at some point. All right, so we've got that. We come down, and we're pretty good to go. All right, so let's go down to the 4-hour chart at this point. Now, the 4-hour chart is where you can start making your zones. So we're just going to use these lines as reference points to key levels, but we're not going to make our zones until we get to the 4-hour chart. Okay. All right, and this is how you make, this is how you're going to make your zones, all right? So the first thing you're going to do is look for where price hit and rejected several times. And an easy way to handle this is to go into line charts and look for places where it hit and reversed that were similar, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get my rectangle. Well, let's get a horizontal line here and go ahead, and you should just go back for about 2 weeks. You don't have to, unless something just really sticks out to you, you don't have to go back further than that. But this point right here really sticks out to me. And I feel like it's near this area. It crosses this area. So let's do a little bit of an adjustment and come down to this. So you see price hit here, price hit here, price hit here, and price hit here and here. So now we're in that, and we can go ahead and look for any more on the 4-hour after we adjust it. So that's going to go to 600, and we'll put 4-hour here. Let's just delete that. 4-hour, and we'll change it to green. All right. And we'll go to the next one. let's see here. So price comes down and it touches both of these points. So let's go ahead and round that after we put for hour. Coordinates 878. So let's just go to let's see what 850 does. Does it touch here and here? Pretty close. Maybe we'll do 860. Well, what's 875? All right, 875 was perfect. All right. And the last place we want to go ahead and do is right here. Price touches here. It hits this area, comes down, hits this area, comes down, and here. So price touches this three or four times. So let's just do 000, text, 4 hour. And it actually moved a little bit further than I would like, so I'm going to go back and do it, like, let's see, 100. 100 works. All right. So we've got our 4 hour areas, and now we're going to do our zones. So go back to our candles, and let's start creating those zones. So this is how you do it. Take your rectangle, come here, put your rectangle so it encompasses the close and the wicks. You can even put a line, a horizontal ray here. Change it to 550 and put 4 hour. All right, so that is going to be, maybe 50 is not a good one. Let's try something else. Let's do 580. All right. Okay. So price comes up here, then it comes down here, right? So that is going to be our demand zone. So the way that I have my demand zones is yellow. And the way I have my supply zones is purple. And also I really usually have my Laker colors going on here. All right, so there we go. Our next zone that we're going to do is right here. Come down, grab your rectangle, come all the way down. You're going to encompass the wicks and the closing. So let me zoom in on that so you can see. It's encompassing the closing area and these wicks, all right? And you can just leave it right here, or you can go all the way across, because as you can see, it also covers these. So this is a cell area, so I'm going to go into purple, pull this down, and price touched several times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, and that is going to be our cell zone. And then our next demand zone, this is also right here too. So we'll pull this around here because it hit more than once. All right. And we could also do an area right here. Let's see. All right, so price closed here, it reached here, it came all the way back down, came up, came down here, and then went up. So we can actually do a couple of more zone areas. Price hit here, 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 and here. So this is a good area. Let's put, and it's at, let's do 475, 4 hour. Oops. Oh, no. There it is. I was like, where'd it go? 4 hour. All right. And then our next area we can do is right here. Price came up, came back down, came up, came back down, right here. So we're going to try to get as many of the wick areas that we can that touches across. So I will go right here. Okay, since price goes all the way across. Bam. Now, we also can see an area here that comes down. So let's see what happens if we just move this. All right. So because we're trying to encapsulate as many as the closings as we can, we're going to put our zone right here because it touches this tip, it gets this tip, it gets this, and then it also gets these over here. All right. So let's go ahead and document that. 4 hour coordinates, 850, so it's already at a rounded number. Press OK, and then do our zone. And go all the way across. Boom. All right. So that's our sell, because this is selling pressure. Hits every time it takes a sell. And for our demand area, let's look to see where we can do a demand. We can do a demand right here. Let's do it right here. Or let's actually do an origin here. Okay. So, and what we can do is actually adjust this monthly and bring it down. So now it's touching all of these areas in our demand zone, and we can change this to yellow for buy when we get there. All right, so that is how you do your zones. All right, so as you can see right at this moment, price is approaching a zone, okay? And once it approaches this zone, we're looking for some exhaustion in the candles, meaning that the candles start getting shorter and shorter and shorter. If it is going to take a reverse, which will be coming down here, and it may shoot all the way through to this next level, all right? So it could go here or it could go here. And we're just waiting to ride our areas to zone, like a ping pong game. All right, let me pull this across. All right, so that's how you do part 1, all right, which is the easy way to do zones, okay? And you can see this is what it looks like on a 1 hour chart. All right, and now you see some different ways of how it looks, and this is how it looks on a 30-minute chart. And you're going to place your entries on 30 minutes and 15 minutes on these charts here because you get a better precise entry. All right, but that is how you do zones part 1. All right, now I'm going to show you how to do the next step in part 2 after I clean up some of these lines so they don't confuse you. So this is part 1. Be right back.